like a week after and put a timeline on it, or do you want to open it up for a couple weeks for anybody who may be traveling for sports reasons or anything of that nature to pick up at hotels as they're doing sports traveling as well?
Adding on that, if anyone wants like an announcement to give, they can text me and I can send you an easy announcement I've used in the past.
Yeah, I think it would be good to have it longer than just that week. I think it might just not be enough time. But I think if we do open it up, because that's a big week. I think sports start to finish up there, so it's like 6.
On that?
It's it for me if anyone has any questions.
And on that flyer, Grace, you have like a list of products? Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Alrighty, Adam, back to you.
Next up is the general discussion regarding other priority projects.
So just a quick update for you all. I did send your letter to all of our state legislators and to the interim superintendent, for CCSD. I heard back from Representative Joe Bustos, who thanked you for sending the letter. He was going to review it with his staff. He's the only one that I've heard back from the State House. However, CCSD, I forwarded you all the email today from the superintendent's office. They would like to sit down and have a conversation about ways that they can best support you and give you a voice in this endeavor. So they did relay at a committee meeting on Monday that $14.3 million, I believe was the number, had been allocated in their budget specifically for mental health resources for students. This was shared at the Education Committee. I'll be happy to provide all those minutes to you as soon as they're published. And so the committee did ask them to kind of further elaborate on that and inquired if that was funding for mental health counselors in the individual schools. And the response is, I recall it was some of the money was going towards mental health counselors, and then some of it was going towards programming. And some of it was going towards physical spaces, things like calming rooms. I'm not entirely familiar with what that is, but just figured you all would be interested to hear that some money has been allocated, but it looks as if they are very interested in continuing this conversation. So I'll probably have an introductory conversation with the superintendent's office. And if any of you feel comfortable or particularly led to continue this conversation, I imagine it's something that's going to be going into the summer and perhaps next session. But if any of you feel particularly led to participate, please let me know that, and I'll make sure that we can schedule around your availability for that conversation. Because it's one thing for me to speak, but truly they want to hear from you all and amplify your voices. So let me know if you are interested in participating in that.
I'd be happy to help. I mean, as much as like we can do in the session that we have left, I'd be happy to help out however I can. I had planned to come to that first thing, but I couldn't.
I'd be happy to participate as well. Help out.
Okay. Ready? And then just the last thing that I have for you all is we are quickly approaching the end of your session. Hard to believe, but we're almost here. And so one thing that we do like to do is typically to recognize our seniors at the end of the session. And so I wanted to make sure that I had the correct list of seniors. I've got Isabel, Adam, Gracie, Geneva, Callie, McLean, and Garrett. I cannot recall if you are a senior or not. I'm pretty sure you are, but can you confirm?
I'm a junior.
Oh, never mind. You're a junior. I had you a year older. Okay, never mind. So you're off my list. So I think that's everybody senior wise. Did I miss anyone?
Did you have me? Wasn't sure. Sorry.
McKenna, I did not have you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And if you guys would let me know if you have plans, you can email me separately, but if you have plans for after high school, whether that's heading off to college, starting a trade, starting into the business world, whatever you're going to do, we just generally like to share that information. And lastly, for those of you who are not graduating seniors, you do have first availability and first right of refusal to stay on the youth council for the next year. So what we typically do in order to create, some continuity and leadership is give you the opportunity to say yes or no of returning next year. And then we open up however many slots after that to new members. So for those of you who will be continuing on, if you will just please let me know yes or no, one way or the other, whether you're interested in continuing next year. That way I know for sure how many slots to open up, because applications are going to open in May for the next round. And you guys have done such a great job this year speaking out and getting involved in things that, again, the superintendent's office wants to personally email out the applications to all school principals to ensure that we receive significantly more applications and diversity of applicants, all that sort of stuff. And so I anticipate quite a response this year, but if you're interested in returning, I want to make sure that you have that opportunity first and foremost. So I think that's everything that I had. Was there anything else regarding priority projects that you all would like to discuss before about tonight?
I just wanted to add, I received some feedback on the committee meeting that Gracie went to. I think the tone we take towards like speaking on counselors has to be very sensitive, because I've heard from different I've just heard from like different counselors like that I know in my life that the tone that was taken towards guidance counselors might have been a little bit negative, and that the fact that like they're overworked with the IGPs and things like that. But I think they might have taken that the wrong way for the ones that did see it. And what I mean is just like the guidance counselors are kind of like dual roles. They have to help us with college prep, but they also are here for us mentally. And I think that the tone we take makes them feel like maybe we don't want to go to them, or that we don't feel comfortable to go to them, when I know that a lot of them are like working very like tirelessly to cover like huge schools when there's only so many of them. So I just think, however, I think saying like, oh yes, we do believe that a mental health counselor coming and helping is a good thing, but we just have to be careful saying, our guidance counselors are maybe doing the best that they can with what they're given or with the populations of the students, but the extra help would help, not hurt.
Yeah, and I kind of agree with you because actually my guidance counselor, she saw it on TV and she said something to me, and
Yeah.
I agree. Maybe I should have maybe worded a little bit differently, but I obviously appreciate what counselors are doing. But like you said, there's so few of them and so many kids that they've got, again, both trying to help kids' mental health and college prep, that sometimes we need somebody just to focus a little more on the mental health than the college prep. And so, yeah, I mean, I can help. I could probably word it a little better, I would say.
I know at my school we have like college counselors and then we have the guidance counselor, so it's like two separate jobs, so they're like it doesn't get mixed up. So one's just focused on mental health.
Mhm.
And that's kind of like what we want. So then like there's not guidance counselors who sometimes don't have time to help with, talking about a student's mental health because they're busy with college stuff. So in nowhere are we putting them down, just like we want to make sure that everyone's voice can be heard, and that there's enough people for these kids to talk to.
It's great feedback, you guys. Thank you for that. And certainly, I don't think it was anybody's intention to diminish what the guidance counselors are doing, because we know they're doing tremendous work. I think my understanding from your comments were that not every school has dedicated mental health professionals, and that's something that you would like to see, because that needs more support. We do a great job with college prep and things of that nature. And we would like to see some more support behind mental health in addition. So it's not to detract anything that they've been doing, but certainly just to add to it, as you said, Adam. And if there's a way that you could separate the duties, perhaps the better way to approach it. Geneva said that worked very well for her school. And I think somebody else from a different school said that they had a dedicated mental health, McKenna, dedicated mental health counselor that was specifically trained in that, certified. So I think that was more the angle, but I agree. We do want to be sensitive to the language to make sure we're not diminishing anybody's efforts there. Anything else?
I hope to meet in person next month. I think this is like a good effort by everyone. I think we all really have busy schedules, especially now that we're getting towards the end of the year. But I think like this was a good effort on everybody's part to just do the meeting. And hopefully we can just do it again in person next month. I know like even myself, like I've been kind of slacking about it, but just like making sure that we have.
You froze on me, Adam. Did you freeze for anybody else, or is it just me? No, he froze. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yep. Now you're back. You're still frozen.
Yeah, so just,
Can
you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. So just using the list of dates that we have just to like kind of block off that day. I know like I said, we're all really busy right now with sports. Did I freeze again?
Just a little bit. Yep. We're all really busy.
I think we get what I'm saying.
Yes.
Okay.
Awesome. No, thank you. And I'll reach out to all of you and just make sure that date still works for everybody well in advance. I would like to meet again. Graduating seniors, I'd like to meet with you separately and just kind of get some feedback on the program. We can arrange that via email just to see, this still is a relatively new program. And so we want to just make sure that we're being as effective as we can as a group and giving you all the support and the resources that you need to be successful in achieving your goals as a council. So I don't have anything else unless anybody else does. Otherwise, Adam, you can adjourn the meeting.
All right, I call this meeting to order. I adjourn this meeting.
Got it. Good
All
job.
right.
All right.
Bye,
Thanks, y'all.
everyone.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.